Hello, and welcome to Baby That's Cont. This week on The Traitors, we open where we left off last week with the traitors and the faithful in the chapel awaiting to see who gets murdered. You thought it should have been Dylan who got murdered.
Yes, and I still stand by that. I think that would have been a smart choice. Although I will say the choice that they chose made good TV.
Okay, why did you think it should have been Dylan?
As I said last week, I feel
Yeah, we'll
I just
recap.
I just think that he is like the smartest one left. No
Yeah,
tea, no shade. Maybe a little. um, so I feel like if they get him out, it's just going to be full chaos,
yeah.
and they'll be able to spin whatever they want to spin. Um, that's why I thought Dylan.
Yeah, if they had murdered him, it wouldn't have been obvious like who. So definitely would have been a good pick. But he's so cute and such good TV that I'm glad they kept him around.
Yeah, I think that also if they were aware of this new theory that was tossed around this episode of like the first two traitors were men, so that there must be a woman left, then they probably wouldn't have wanted to kill a woman to narrow the numbers down.
Yeah,
So my choice would have been good for that without knowing.
yeah, that's true. Well, it was a good theory because it's true.
Yes, the best theories are.
Yes. So it's revealed that Chriselle has been murdered, and Chriselle reveals that she was not surprised to see Danielle, but she was very surprised to see Carolyn, which goes great with my theory that Danielle's playing a bad game and Carolyn's playing a great game.
I thought a lot of people were surprised to find out about Danielle, but I do think Carolyn is like no one's looking at her, I don't think.
No, no one's looking at her at all. Although, okay, so after the murder, it's revealed sort of they're at breakfast and it kind of goes back and forth. Um, Sam, definitely a breakout star of the episode, I would say.
He really woke up.
He talked like 10 times more than he has this entire season.
Yes.
And turned like he was actually really funny. So he tells us that he was born in Iran and didn't speak any English till he moved to America. Um, so that was interesting. And he has the idea that if you the traitors probably wouldn't have seen Alan while being murdered. So whoever can't describe what Alan was wearing is one of the traitors. What do you think of this theory?
I mean, it's a smart theory. It's a smart concept. I just don't know what the rules of the game are. So it's like hard to say whether it's worthwhile because I feel like we got a really edited version of Carolyn's response.
That's what I was wondering what you thought.
It seemed a little fake because it would become like incredibly obvious that she didn't know and that they would all vote her and then nobody ever brought it up ever again.
Yeah. Well, it was a good theory in theory, but the traitors see Alan probably more than the faithful ever do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually a good theory. They definitely saw him that night. Um, but it was unclear whether it was editing or whether it was real because Carolyn seems like she's really stumbling over it. Um, but then Tom Sandoval, in one of his like five stupid things of the episode, just like tells her what he was wearing.
Yeah, that was classic Tom.
Ugh. This was Tom's dumbest episode.
I thought this was his best episode
Yeah, because he was so dumb it was funny.
though. I feel like he was being very earnest this episode
Yeah, he was trying
and
his best.
and I think the detoxing is complete by this episode.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's hilarious.
He was just fully present and not
Yeah,
sweaty.
that's true. Um, okay. So Gabby says, Carolyn, you were kind of on the border, but you of pass fail, but I think you passed. And it doesn't really come up again. So it seems like Carolyn gets
Yeah.
away with it.
The edit was very much like she flopped, but then the responses were like, it was fine.
I think it may come up again in the future, but we'll see.
You mean something that happened last week's gonna impact this week?
I think it might, but we'll see.
I'll stay tuned.
Um, okay. And then one of the other hilarious moments for both Sam and for Tom is Alan goes to describe the challenge like, be a doll, come quickly. And everyone goes, be a doll. And Tom goes, come quickly. And Sam goes, the clue was be a doll, Tom.
You know it's bad when he's the one calling you out.
Well, I think he must really hate Tom
Well, I think
because,
everyone does.
yeah, but like, I Sam is also sort of a snake based on like what we know about the Britney Spears situation. So you would sort of think those snakes would come together.
Well, tell that to Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian.
Great point. They can be enemies or best friends.
Yes, thank you, Amy. I thought Brittany had especially had it with Tom because she was going in during the confessionals on him. I don't know if you noticed that.
What did she say?
She was just using the most derogatory um, adjectives to describe him during the challenge.
I don't know if I really noticed.
I didn't write anything down because I was in the midst of a Traitors viewing party, dare I say,
Okay, brag.
gathering. So I don't want to be like, I'm taking notes for my podcast that nobody watches.
This is the week. This is the week we get millions.
You'd think I would get 2 new viewers, 3, but we'll see.
I would think that. But we'll see. Okay, well, what I thought was the funniest moment. Did you know Tom Sandoval has like tried to be in bands various times throughout his life?
I did not know that, but it's all making sense now.
Yeah, his most recent failed attempt was called Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras.
Okay. Bad name, but
On brand.
true. So what did
Yeah,
you think of the challenge then?
well, okay, my highlight of the challenge was Tom, of course, insisting he be like the one to sing. And he starts, and Sam goes, terrible singer.
That
Sam hates
was funny.
him.
I
That was
mean,
my
yeah.
highlight.
I thought it was very entertaining. He really put his whole you know what into it, which is what made it funny.
Yeah, no, he taking it very seriously.
Yeah. Very faithful.
Um, yeah, I was surprised Ciara got the shield.
Yeah. Didn't do much for her though.
Sure didn't. Um, but yeah, I thought the challenge was fine. Not my favorite. It was really hard to tell like what the songs were, and I really don't enjoy
Yeah.
nursery rhymes, regular, let alone backwards.
We guessed a couple of them, but the other two we were like, cheating.
I don't even think I tried.
Oh, well. You gotta have a little fun.
Okay, I was having a lot of fun laughing at Sam calling Tom a terrible singer.
I mean, I thought he did good based on what he was given.
Yeah,
They did get the song. They did get them all. It's
I
impressive.
know. I mean, that was impressive for sure.
I think if I was in the challenge, I would have been like full Tom, like not even aware of how idiotic I looked, because I would be trying to win so bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. It just wouldn't have been as funny if it was you because you're not trying to be a singer.
True. Not yet, I'm not.
Well, you could be if you wanted.
Oh, thank you. A good
Give
one.
us a song. Give us a note.
I can't do
Okay.
it. Could never be a singer.
Well, a friend of Dorothy, give us something from The Wizard of Oz or Wicked.
I can't. I can't. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm shy.
that's okay. Sometimes you are.
Yeah, it has to be the right moment. This is not it.
Okay. Well, was there any other theory this episode besides like the coffin theory?
They said theory way too many times this episode. um, that was the main thing, I think, because they really gave up on the Allen outfit theory early. Well, I guess Tom ruined it, but
Yeah.
oh, I was gonna say I felt really bad for Ciara because it didn't seem like she was gonna get out of it. Like, um, the fact that they put her in the coffin means that nobody's gonna feel good until it's confirmed or denied. So I didn't see how she's gonna get out
Yeah.
because you know for sure that there is at least a possibility that one of those three people were a traitor. So that's the best evidence like you're ever gonna have.
Right. Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I did think like the only person who like everyone liked Chriselle and she did really obviously seem like a faithful. So the only person she could have gone after for that would have been Tom Sandoval. Um, Especially like okay, so we go to the round table and then Tom Sandoval says women have
Oh,
historically been better cheaters. And the entire table screams at him.
that was iconic.
It was incredibly iconic because he's definitely the most famous cheater on the show, if
That's
not
how you
in life.
know everyone hates him because of how fast literally everyone yelled at him.
If I was Ciara, here would have been my argument. A, the Chriselle thing, and B, he just said that. So we don't really know who it is. I promise it's not me, but everyone hates Tom Sandoval, and won't we all have a much better time if he's gone? And that could
That's
buy
so true.
another week.
But how do you get Tom out with Chriselle gone? Like that's hard. She's like the big swinger.
I know, but you would blame it on her. Like the only person who would have murdered Chriselle would have been Tom because she kept coming after him.
Yeah, and I would also say, although not that Ciara cares, but this would implicate Carolyn, is that Tom told her what Alan was wearing to save Carolyn.
Oh, that's good too. That
So
would be good, but nobody thinks it's Carolyn, so that wouldn't. I see why that didn't happen.
yeah,
But that
but
could
I
have been
think
like if Danielle wanted to turn on Carolyn, Danielle could have done that.
that's the problem. Is like I feel like in this game you have to assume the person you're talking to is a traitor, like at all times.
Yeah,
And
they're
the
not
fact
doing
that they
that.
like don't consider people as traitors, like Chriselle or Tom or Ivar, it's just like you're not playing right.
Yeah, no, they're acting like everyone's a faithful.
Yeah, the exact opposite. So yeah, I felt bad because she seemed so sad and defeated, and there was really nothing she could do.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to come back to this, but because there's this moment where Dylan is in the secret hidden room with
Yeah,
who was he with? He was with Ivor and Tom.
Sam, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're down to what, 4 men and 8 women?
8?
7?
There's Carolyn, Danielle, Brittany, Dolores, because Ciara's
Ciara.
gone.
But at the time she wasn't.
So there was 5. Am I missing someone? We're almost done. Like everyone's almost gone. I think there was 9 people left at the end.
Okay. Anyways, the man theory, or the theory from the men that it has to be a woman. I don't know. You could also just as easily make the argument that it's all men to throw off the women.
Yeah. But that's the kind of how these games work is you have to like pick a scapegoat and everybody jumps onto that one theory or scapegoat. So I feel like that's how they win it. Like they went into the round table like saying it's got to be a woman and Ciara was in the coffin and we're not going to change our minds. Like they didn't even throw out really anybody else. Like she tried to go Brittany but nobody cared, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But she did a good job defending herself.
yeah, I thought she tried hard, but like I said, I don't think there's anything she could have really done. They were like they already decided, right? Like before they went in, I think.
Yeah, well, the coffin theory combined with the fact that like Ciara voted for the same person as Rob, and she was the only one, definitely like was very suspicious.
Yeah, and I don't know if they're all acting, but they're always like so goofed when it's not the traitor. I mean, Dylan wasn't because I think he knew it wasn't her, but we were saying like this season is the vibes season. Like everybody, they're just going on vibes. They don't really know what's going on, and then they're so upset when they voted wrong or picked the wrong
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, even though like you have to get people out anyways, it doesn't actually matter that much if it's faithful or traitor until
Yeah,
the end.
I was gonna say I think it doesn't really matter up until like this point in the game. I think because now
Yeah.
you really can start to tell what's going on because there's less people and it's where the game kind of starts. Like most of these games, it's just like survive till the mid to end game, and then that's when you want to like really start playing.
Yeah. Why did okay, so it's not clear who has the shield. Um and then Carolyn and Danielle have a moment on the couch. Danielle knows who has it, but Carolyn doesn't. And Carolyn asks Danielle, and Danielle won't tell her. She says, "I'll tell you later." But it was so weird. Like, why wouldn't she have told her?
Yeah, to me, to say the words in the turret in that house is insane behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know why she wouldn't tell her.
And it goes even further to the point where, like, it really makes Carolyn, like, she already didn't trust Danielle, but now she's like, okay, we're at
Yeah.
war.
And then Tom told Carolyn a different name, right? Or I don't remember what he said.
I don't remember either. Danielle
I,
does end up telling Carolyn in the turret, but then
yeah,
I don't
but
know if Carolyn believed it.
I'm pretty sure Tom said that the shield is still there, is what he said. That Ciara didn't have it. And then Danielle goes to the turret with Carolyn and tells Carolyn Ciara had it and it's gone. And so Carolyn doesn't know who to trust anymore because she lost all trust with Danielle already.
Yeah. So then we enter the turret, and for the first time this season, Alan offers them a chance to either murder or recruit a faithful.
Yeah. What do you think they should do?
I'm with Carolyn. There's so few people left, and I just think recruiting is not going to help them.
I think I think that because they don't trust each other, they shouldn't recruit. if they did, I think they should recruit a woman and then feed them to the group.
Yeah, I mean that's a good idea in theory. Um, but yeah, because they don't trust each other, it's absolutely coming down to like if they're gonna recruit, one of them's gonna recruit one to get the other one out.
Yeah. I don't think that Danielle would go against Carolyn, but there's no reason why Carolyn should trust that.
Well, especially she's trying to recruit Brittany, who she's close with, and
Yeah.
like that, Carolyn's 100% correct to say no to.
But I think that's dumb because for Danielle to want to recruit Brittany because you want to have the partner on the other side of the fence. Like you
What
should
do you mean?
recruit someone that is gonna have be suspicious of you to take one risk away versus Brittany is not going to be looking at Danielle. Like they have, like they trust each other. So why would you take them over reducing like your risk from someone else?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because maybe Brittany does think Danielle is a traitor, but they both are like playing this like we'll just keep each other safe because it's mutually beneficial. And so I think they should pick someone like Gabby or Dolores and then just like immediately axe them.
Yeah. Because I do think like the way you get Dolores out is that you start the theory about her that she got rid of all the housewives to make it seem like it was housewife hunting. And then she's the only housewife left. So if that was true, why wouldn't she be dead?
Yeah, and I think you would get a big emotional reaction out of her if you came for her at the round table.
I know everyone's been like Dolores couldn't be a traitor because she just couldn't do it, but it's like everyone thinks that about people until they find out that they are one.
Yeah.
I saw this Instagram account of caricatures driven or drawn of Carolyn. Maybe we can post a picture of one in the video app. I'll have to send that to you after. They were incredible.
Yeah, send it.
But it's just
I'll
like
put
her
it.
face, like
She makes the best face on TV, I think, at this point in
yeah.
time.
I mean, going
Although,
back,
I would say a close second is Danielle in that hat in the preview of next episode. That's good TV.
oh my god. Well, we leave off with them not like in a fight about what they're gonna do. What we don't know, they have to agree, right?
Well, they have to agree on like whether to recruit and if not, then who to murder, right? Like they can't just disagree on either of those, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think they'll end up murdering because like Carolyn's dead set against it, which makes sense. And murdering obviously still helps Danielle, assuming it's someone she wants to murder.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Well, I think if you're gonna murder, I think it like has to be Dylan at this point.
I think it for sure has to be a guy since they're gonna be coming for girls or women. So yeah, I would pick Dylan because I don't know. Tom is also I still think a good choice or Ivar because they're not like eliminating the people that everybody takes for granted. And then those are all votes that are just going with the group vote.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Versus if you have all like smart strategic people left, they're all going to start pointing fingers at each other. Versus like Dylan could just get like Ivar and Tom to vote with him easy and like take out whoever he wants.
Right. Yeah, that's a fair point.
So I think that's why they actually chose Chriselle was because she was like a super faithful, and they're like, we just need to get those people out of here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't wait to see what happens next week.
I know, and we're getting close to the end too.
How many more episodes are there?
I think there's four because we checked, and the finale is like a double episode.
Oh, got it. Okay. I just searched it, but everything came up like UK stuff.
Oh, UK, hun.
Um, Any other thoughts on this week's episode?
I thought it was kind of slow, to be honest,
Yeah, it
but
was a little bit of a boring one.
it really was a drive the plot forward episode, but it did leave in like a really exciting place, I thought. So
Yeah, I agree. Well, stay tuned for next week to see what happens.
can't wait. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Baby That's Cont Traitors Edition. We'll be putting out Traitors episodes on Tuesdays and regular Cont episodes on Thursdays.
And you can follow us
Oh,
on Instagram at Jojo_Patron and at Queen Kip.
bye again.
Bye.